Hey, how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Good. I can't believe we're actually doing this.
I know.
It's it's been how long have we been trying to get this to work? Like
I don't know. It's been a minute.
it's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Where are you at right now?
In Los Angeles.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah,
Cool. Cool.
yeah. I'm kind of like in between on different missions. It's getting a bit busy because of the tour coming up, so
Mm-hmm.
we're like back and forth. But
Okay.
it's sunny out, so you know.
Nice. Is it like hot out in Los Angeles or no?
Yeah, we had rain a little bit, so
Mm-hmm.
it cooled down, but it's hot again. So I'm just
That's good.
waiting for the fall weather to kick in.
Yeah. Well, wait, are you based in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess yeah, it's upcoming, it's winter, so it'll be like rainy a little bit and then not so much.
Yeah. What about you? Where are you?
I'm in Winnipeg, Canada.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right. It's kind of cooler out. There's not much. Like we've been having actually it's funny. I've been saying this to so many people from because I go to West Coast a lot, like Los Angeles and Vancouver a lot. We're basically getting your guys's like winter weather right now. It's all been
Oh,
rain. It's been so much rain. It's been
yeah.
a lot, but yeah, cool. So for people who might not who be tuning into this, what kind of music that I guess you guys make?
Well, I start saying that we just make cinematic rock
Hmm.
because we've been put in a lot of different categories, and the thing with us is that like even on one album, for example, Prophecy, there's a lot of range of different elements. There's even like a piano acoustic song. So it just depends, you know.
Hmm.
But I cinematic rock.
Cinematic
Where
rock? Okay. What about subgenres as well?
oh man. I mean some song like for example, Death Note is a very metal song. You
Hmm.
know, then we have some songs that are more industrial. Uh we just released recently the video for The Other Side of Fear, which is more of an upbeat song. It's yeah, it's a little more poppy, I would say.
Hmm.
And some people were commenting, "This is not metal; it's Barbie metal." You know, so I guess one of the subgenres is Barbie metal. So
I've not heard Barbie metal in a while, so
kind of cool.
that
Yeah.
is
So,
cool. It's cool. So why the name Edge of a Paradise?
so Dave and I, we started the band, and we come from different backgrounds. He's
Hmm.
more metal guy, and I came from classical music and theater. So we wanted a name that kind of reflected the more heavier side and the more melodic side. And also, you know, we formed the band in Los Angeles, and LA is kind of like a facade of paradise. One wrong move, you fall off the edge. So
Jeez.
hey, that's a bit of an inspiration from that.
Cool, cool. Would you say like you got close to that edge at some point or no?
Oh, many times, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's Los
Yeah.
Angeles. Los Angeles is fun. I always love going to Los Angeles, going to see shows. Have you been to a lot of shows in Los Angeles or no?
Oh, yeah, I've been to some. Most of the shows were ours that
Okay.
I've. But yeah, I go. I've been to some shows. Even the Nightwish came through here. Went to see them. Yeah, Hammerfall. Seen some shows.
Seen some shows. Okay, so some decent ones. Cool. So you also like you mentioned to me your brand new song. Am I saying it right? I'm gonna butcher this. Requiem a Dream.
Requiem of a Dream. Yeah.
Requiem of Dream. Okay, what was it like making the song and then also the music video?
Yeah, so I always wanted to remake that song. Have you seen the movie or no?
I've heard of the movie.
Yeah, well, if you haven't seen it, it's okay. It's very heavy.
Mhm.
Um, so unless you want to get depressed for a day, you know, go watch it.
Why
But
not?
yeah, it's one of the most heaviest movies, but it's absolutely brilliant. So if someone is definitely into and appreciates film, it's a movie to see for sure. But I've always been a fan of Darren Aronofsky, and when I heard the soundtrack, which was done by Clint Mansell, I think that soundtrack really put him on the map. But it's just the brilliant thing about it is how simple it is. And I come from classical music, and I'm used to like very elaborate pieces, and I do really love that. Just very orchestral, elaborate pieces. But hearing that super simple melody and just how much it can really hit deep, it just really goes to your core. It made a big impression on me, and I think it really inspired me to, in songwriting, to focus on a melody and focus on that simple thing that can make create whole different worlds. So I wanted to remake it for quite some time, but I felt like this was the perfect moment for it because we have so many albums, um, in our discography now, and I think we, were ready to tackle something like this, at least for me. And an
Mm.
interesting thing for me was also because it's a soundtrack, so there were no lyrics. So I added some lyrics to it
Yeah.
that kind of tied to prophecy. So it was just a lot of fun making it into something with imagined reimagined through the lens of Edge of Paradise, because obviously there's a lot of eight string guitars and more piano melodies, more melodic vocals. So um, it was a journey to make it.
Nice. How are the fans liking it so far?
So far it's been amazing
Mhm.
to us. um, Actually broke a lot of our records.
Nice.
I would say, like, the when we released the music video in the first week, it's already over 200,000 views, I think. So for us, it's usually we hit like 100,000 mark in a week, so it's definitely been good to us, and I think a lot of people are resonating with it. um, so yeah, I'm very excited to do it live on our upcoming tour. It's really fun to play. So
Cool. How hard was it to make that song? Like process of like recording, produce, all the stuff. How hard was it?
um, it wasn't harder than other songs. It was
Mhm.
hard in a different way. Like for me, when I get into like a stream of inspiration, everything kind of flows, and I was very inspired to make this one. So I arranged it in like a few days. The
Mm.
lyrics came, like, I don't know, just in that moment I sat down and it came very fast. So the idea came together very fast, and the arrangement, like, I could hear it in my head pretty much right away. The hard thing about it was um, making all the elements fit together. And we always, it's always a challenge, not a challenge, but it's always a process for us because we have keyboards, we have guitars, we have vocals. There's a lot that goes into it. So it takes a lot of time to make sure every single part works together. So yeah, it was a process, with Doug recording the guitars, then drums, Jamie, he did such a great job on the drums, and the bass, Kenny, and just the whole band, Dave. We all really came together to make sure all the parts blend together, and then it took me forever to edit all the tracks. This was the hardest song for me to edit because if something was a little off, it didn't work.
Mm.
Everything had to be perfect, and then of course sending it off to our mixing engineer Jacob Hansen. He's out in Denmark. I don't know. He does magic because he's like a master of um, just bringing the song to life with his mixes. Everything you can hear everything, but it's so clear. It's so epic. It works together so well. So yeah, he really brought it together.
Nice. How long did it take in full? Would you say like get the demos, get it all mixed, cut up and everything, and then send it off, and then getting the full mix? How long did that take?
Well, it was a span of 2 months. I mean, partly was we were doing different things in between. Like I think we filmed a music video in between. for another song, The Other Side of Fear. So it was a process. And then once we got everything together, editing files took me about 2 weeks, I would say.
Okay.
Um, yeah, a span of 2 months. I mean, we could have done it in a month, but this song took a while.
Well, that's good. Best pieces take a while, and you realize, oh, that it was worth taking the time, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Cool. So comes having writer's block and that lack of inspiration. How do you find that spark of creativity again? Did you have this while making this song?
so for me, my biggest fear is to run out of inspiration,
Hmm.
run out of ideas. I'm always like, when we have to make another album, I always fear, what if I can't come up with something or this and that. So it's always kind of a fear of mine.
Yeah.
But I say that when I get inspired or when I get an idea, like it just full force ahead. Um, so, but finding that spark, that inspiration, um, it just depends.
Hmm.
I mean, sometimes it's coming off a tour, and I know for the latest album, Prophecy, because for the album before it, Hologram, I made a graphic novel that kind of ties the albums together. So the story kind of left on a cliffhanger. So I had that in me. I'm like, I want to, keep going with the story. So I already had those ideas in my head, how I can continue the arc, and what songs can um, introduce maybe some new characters. So with that, I already kind of had that drive to make the new album, which ended up being Prophecy. And also we had Doug, who came in. He is the newest member, and he came in on an 8-string guitar, and he changed the sound a little bit. With it became a little more heavy, a little like it kind of opened us to new range in terms of those dynamics. And it really it inspired me to even expand my own range, vocal wise and lyric wise. So that helped push me forward. Um, but yeah, it's just I really have to dig deep within me to find that inspiration, and whatever I'm experiencing in the world, or whatever my mind is, in our storyline, because all our albums have a concept that
Yeah.
kind of go together.
Okay. Cool. So, of course, in studio wise, you probably do you record in a home studio or do you actually go out and record it at an actual studio wise?
Yeah, we go to Mike Plotnikov, who is
Mm.
our recording engineer. It's actually Howard Benson's studio,
Oh.
called West Valley Recording Studios. So we go there to record mainly vocals and drums, sometimes guitars. It just depends. We do a lot of stuff at home, like guitars and keyboards. We always
Mhm.
do at home studios. But for vocals and drums, we work with Mike. Plus, he's our co-producer, so he's
Mm.
always very helpful with guiding us. And I love working with Mike. He
Yeah,
already knows crazy ideas. So it's just a very comfortable and inspiring environment. So
that's good. So, you go to Mike so often and everything, but do you have sometimes those bad studio days or whenever you're vocal tracking or whatever the case may be, but what would be your worst studio day that you could remember for yourself?
well, lately we haven't had bad studio days
That's good.
because we've been together for a while. So when I go in, plus time is money.
Yeah.
So we are very prepared. We just go in and we get stuff done. But when we started out, we had a day. Um, I remember we were working on Immortal Waltz, which was our second technically album, and we needed a new bass player. So we found this bass player, and he was like, yeah, he had like bass tattooed on his chest. So we're like, he's a bass player. But he submitted us a lot of him doing music videos and playing, and it seemed like he's super pro. But anyway, he came in and he couldn't even tune his bass. And we're at the
What?
studio. It was Bob Kulick's studio, and Bob Kulick, he's a big producer, and he just walked out. You know, because we're there recording song, and this guy can't even tune his bass, which was our fault that we didn't get together. Actually, we did get together, and it seemed okay, but I mean, I don't want to bash too much. Sometimes people get nervous, but it was just I wanted to like fall through the sofa I was sitting on. It just was not good.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry that happened. I'm like, oh, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh,
me neither. But
dang. I'm sorry about that happening, but hey, it's in the past. Past is the
mhm.
past. Don't worry about that now. You guys are here now, and
Yeah.
you guys are going great now.
Hey, we are the band that always, um, you know, comes out of the hole, whatever we dig. So,
You probably have so many stories from that, even for probably tour stories, I'm assuming, right?
oh yeah. I mean, we built this from zero,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to learn a lot of mistakes. We had to stand back up from a lot of like crashes.
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes literally we hit deers before, unfortunately. Most of them were dead already on the road when we were actually like going up into the East Coast. Can be pretty dangerous. So before we used to do like vans and all of that,
Mhm.
and driving at night. So be careful, vans out there with the
Yeah.
deers.
Yeah, the deers, yeah. Well, even then for me, for driving wise, I think what was I doing? I was going like in like yeah, Midwest area and everything driving wise, and then boom, I saw like three deer on the side of the road. I'm like, I don't want to get hit by
Mhm.
them. It's scary at night. It's no fun. It is no fun. Um, you're going on tour soon, of course. W- For packing wise, for tour and everything, what would be your favorite snack that you have on the road that you have to prep and make sure that it's there in the van, bag wagon, or bus, or whatever the case may be that you must have it? What is your go-to snack for on the road?
It has to be very high quality dark chocolate.
Oh,
I
you're a
love
dark chocolate person.
I,
Okay,
I
cool.
love dark. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to find good something like a good dark chocolate when you're in the middle of nowhere. So I
Mhm.
like to have some. Yeah,
Cool.
and it's funny. I talk about this. I've talked about it before. So sometimes people would gift dark chocolate to me, and I'm super grateful. It's like the best gift ever.
Nice. What is your favorite dark chocolate that you have to have? And like for me, it's a max for me for percentage. I think I've got like 80%. I can't go anything higher because it's too rich for me. But
Yeah, yeah, same here. I like 75, 80.
yeah. What would be your favorite chocolate, like dark chocolate bar though?
When I was in Europe, I've tried some amazing ones.
Hmm.
So I don't remember the names, but they have some great chocolate over there.
Hmm.
Here, I really like the I don't know Hue bars or whatever they're called, the HU. They're very good. I like the almond butter one.
Yeah, almond butter's good. Yeah, I think my favorite in the States would be, I don't know if you had this before, but for me, it's people laugh at me for this, but it's the soap brand. It's Dove. Dove chocolate.
Yes, I was gonna. Oh wait, Dove.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say Dr. Brosner's. He has he make that Castile soap, and they make chocolate now.
Oh,
Very good. Come across, try it. Yeah,
I'll try
but
that. But yeah, yeah, try Dove though if you haven't had it already. It's like in Walmart, other places,
hmm
everything. It's like little square kind of things. But yeah,
yeah, yeah, those are good.
yeah, cool. What's your favorite place on the like? You probably travel so much for tour wise and everything. What would be your favorite like restaurant? I guess place to go and eat on the road. You would say.
Oh, I can't say a favorite one because they're all so different.
Hmm.
It'd be like so many to name, but I always okay, before I used to just be like, okay, we need to find the Starbucks.
Yeah.
And lately, um I don't like to go to Starbucks anymore. I always like to seek out like unique coffee shops
Hmm.
that only there in that one spot. Family owned. It's always the best. Um, and then of course, when you're in Europe, there's like a cafe on every corner. So it's like my favorite thing is to just. It's actually in Canada too. Like I remember when we were in Toronto, there's so many cafes and just coffee shops everywhere. Um, in the U.S., it's a little harder because some places are very spread out.
Hmm.
So to find one, you really need to go look. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you're on a tour bus, we usually have Walmart stops. And around Walmart, there's not a lot of cool places to see. But I'm very good at finding. Mm.
Yeah, usually around the venues, if you go around that area, usually there's like some kind of local coffee shop that I've
Yeah.
noticed. So that
Hmm.
kind of helps, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite moment that you've had on tour, you would say?
So many good ones.
Mm-hmm.
I could just I mean, my favorite thing is when it happened a lot lately because the more we're able to reach places like places in Europe or even in the US,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes like like you have a connection with a fan that's been following the band for a really long time and they've never seen you live, and then like I don't know 5 years later finally you see them at a show, and it's just such a cool feeling, because music is amazing how it brings people together across all borders. It's like universal language, um, and it's just the best feeling. I mean, we have so many fans that we. They're like part of the family now. Like Oliver, when we go to France, it's just like he's like our family now, But
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, it's such a cool thing that music can bring us together like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love music because you get so many different avenues, so many different directions, and you just come out to a show and just enjoy yourself, have fun, and just meet the bands sometimes, or just have an experience with
Mm.
what's happening, right? It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, You have a couple shows coming up in November, like you mentioned. Where you guys going? Tell me about the tour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it starts in New York. Starts at the venue that we played on the last tour, the Gramercy Theater in New York City, which is absolutely beautiful. This tour is with a Japanese band, Love Bites. So it's an all-girl Japanese band. Very excited to meet them. They seem very nice and they're amazing. So it's going to be a really fun tour. But yeah, we're starting in New York. We're going through Illinois, Ohio, Kansas, go through Texas, and then we end in California. So it's a shorter tour for us. It's only 9 dates, but it covers a lot of ground and. Um, a lot of the venues we played at, they're very cool venues. Some of them are new. Some places we've actually never been before. The San Luis Obispo, which is in California, but we've never played there before, so that's going to be a first for us. But yeah, it's going to be super cool, super fun. I'm
Nice.
excited.
Are you guys gonna drive there from, I guess, California, or are you flying out?
We have to drive because we have to bring all our gear. I have nightmares like when we have to fly to Europe and oh my god, flying all the gear. It cost me just $5,000 just to get our gear over there. And then here we want to bring more of our stuff. Like we have screens, we have
Mhm.
some stage show elements. So it's the only way.
What? Oh no. 5 grand? I didn't think it was that much.
Oh yeah, everything adds up. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have a European trip coming up in May. So, yeah, it's okay. We gotta like play some, I don't know, shrink the gear somehow.
I guess so, yeah.
And
Like,
we didn't even bring a drum kit. Uh, but okay, when we were in Europe last time, shout out to Drum Tech. They gave
mm,
us an amazing drum kit. But, um, you know, we had, because we bring our own soundboard. We have a lot of equipment, and just from instruments, we don't even bring cabs or anything like that, because when we go to Europe, we go direct. Like our guitar players use Fractal, um, and then the Kemper. But when we're here, we use real amps. Like we use Mesa Boogie amps and Wizard amps. But yeah, it just adds up. But now we were able to concise our sound system. So we went from a soundboard to a sound rack, Behringer wing rack. So we should concise our setup a little bit, because now we don't need a stage box. But anyway, not to
Yeah.
get too technical. Yeah, it gets crazy.
Damn. Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror. I don't know if you've had horror stories with, yes, luggage and everything with bands in Europe, but like, yeah, it's always a lot of bands from the US always, yes, they love going to Europe, but they just get scared due to the flights wise of losing luggage and everything.
Yeah, and likewise. But I almost had a heart attack last time because um, somehow, I don't even remember how exactly it happened, but we were sitting on the plane and we saw our gear being taken out of a plane. And like, yeah, when we landed in Germany, we got split. So half of us landed in a city and half of us landed in another city, because we had to go find our gear that was taken off the plane.
Oh,
So yeah, it took us like 5 hours to hunt down all our gear, but and then we had to drive. We had to rent a car and drive all the gear to the destination that we originally had to go to. Yeah, it was a nightmare. But
please tell me you had air tags in that, right?
oh yeah, it had air tags and everything. But I don't know. I don't remember what happened
Mm.
exactly. But yeah,
Something happened. That's all that
there
happens, but
were a lot of layovers. That's when things
yeah.
can go.
Yeah, that's why anytime I'm going to the US, I try to get like no layers, just fly direct, and then I don't have to deal with. I could just I also do photography and everything, so I have a bunch of gear that I'm like I cannot lose this, and I'm
Yeah.
screwed with bands, artists, or events, and I'm like yikes. So I'm with you. But will we see new music soon?
Um. Well, our album just came out. Come on,
Yeah.
give us a breather. But we're always working on new stuff,
Okay.
so because I'm a little like that, a little crazy. But yeah, we're always working on new stuff. So I think probably in the new year, maybe by spring, when we go to Europe, I think we're gonna have something new for sure.
Ooh,
But we have more music videos,
okay.
so we
That's that
always we always shooting videos because I just love making videos.
That's good. It's hit or miss with bands. I've talked to bands that are like, yeah, I don't want to do the music videos, but like producing the stuff, making the stuff great. But yeah, it's always hit or miss with bands.
Yeah, well, I'm that's my background. I love theater, film, all of that. So I edit our own videos, and I have a great team of people here that I work with to make videos, and I just love to do that.
Cool. Is there a song that you wish you never wrote?
Oh, there's songs that I mean, I don't want to say like that because everything leads you to a new place.
Mhm.
Everything growth, especially for me because I never imagined I would be in a rock band, write songs or anything close to that. But looking back, like our albums Mask and Immortal Waltz, of course I don't want to listen to that ever, because I just, to my ears, I sound horrible, and it's just something that it's just so different from what we are now.
Yeah.
um, but I have to say, like Immortal Waltz, we had one of the opportunities of a lifetime. Like we went to Michael Wagner's studio in Nashville, and we recorded with him, and that really made me want to do this. Even though that it sounds like nothing what we are now, it brought me to this point because it really inspired me, and it just taught me so much. And yeah, recording with him and eating sushi with him was like the best experience.
Nice. You're a sushi person?
uh, well, at the time, I am. I love sushi, but
Mhm.
that's all he ate. He didn't eat anything else. So every time we had a break for lunch or dinner, we went to the same restaurant and ordered sushi.
So same old same. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So for your record, all the records that you've done, what would be your favorite like record, like personally, sonically, and everything as well too?
Well, who's your favorite kid? It's hard to pick. Um, well, Prophecy is definitely our. It's just there's so much range in
Yeah,
there, and it's very. It draws upon all the other albums.
right.
Now, The Unknown is really close to my heart. It just it means so much to me because I think that really defined the band as it is with the sound. Universe was the album that put us on this path
Yeah.
towards our sound. But The Unknown is really what defined it. And also, that album came out of pandemic. We wrote the whole thing when
Mhm.
everything was shut down, and we filmed the music video for Unknown in a desert when nobody was still leaving the house. So yeah, that was definitely an experience. And it just means that whatever is going on, you can always find light. There's always hope. And I try to live by that. And the album has a lot of meaning for me in that regard.
Okay, cool. I love that. Okay. What's the okay? You've been doing music for so many years. What's the best piece of advice you ever gotten doing for the music?
That I gotten
Yeah, that
or
you've gotten.
here? Oh, oh man. No one gives me advice
What?
actually. Yeah, usually people are like, "Why are you in the music industry? It's the worst thing ever." You're like, you
Yeah.
know.
I hear
So
about that.
maybe
I hear about that so much from people that I'm like, okay, what about given? Like that's the thing. Like you give, but what have you been given? Because you've been doing this for so long, right?
that advice is actually not bad because it kind of fuels me to prove them wrong,
Hmm.
because I can do that, and you know, there's a lot of. Um, I mean, it's just I can't imagine doing anything else because it brings me so much meaning.
Yeah.
Um, but advice I can give from my experience at this point is you have to find to do something that you lose track of time,
Hmm.
that you forget what time it is, you forget what day it is, you love it so much that you're just so focused on it, and it's 5 hours later and it just because I feel like it just brings so much joy to really have a passion.
Yeah.
And you know at least for me, that's what makes me be able to go over all of the obstacles. Because I think anything in life, whatever you pick in life, you're gonna have hard times with, like whatever career, even some, because family my family is very supportive, but my father is a scientist. Like I have a lot of, you know, mathematicians and lawyers and scientists, growing up.
Wow.
So it's not like, okay, well, pick that and everything's going to be fine. Whatever you do, you're going to have challenges. But as long as you love it, I think that's what's going to help you overcome those challenges and come out stronger, on the other side.
I want to hear their conversation when you're like, yo, I'm gonna start a rock band, you know?
I don't even, I think they just, I don't know how they found out.
You,
Oh yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm doing this. But my family, my parents are the best. They're very supportive. I mean, I was in music my whole life, and I
mhm.
was in theater my whole life, so I think they knew, they saw it coming.
They saw the rock in you. Okay, we're good. We'll see this. We'll see this out. Okay.
I don't think they saw the rock in me. No, I was a classical pianist, and I was very shy. But yeah, I don't think they saw this coming. They adapted fast.
I would hope that they did. That's a good thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. So if you could have your fans, listeners remember one thing about yourself, what would you want them to remember you by and why?
That my art, music or anything that I make with Edge of Paradise um, brings is there to bring them light and hope and inspiration. You know, I want anything that they listen to or look at or whatever is something that makes them feel good and inspired. So yeah,
Nice.
that's
Dude,
my way to bring light into the world is through the music.
that's cool. So where do you want to see, I guess, the band or even yourself in the next 5 years of music?
Mhm. Well, I want to keep doing this, keep touring, hit more places we haven't been to. I've always wanted to have our music in film, and in January there is a film that's coming out called The Complete Course of How to French, which The Unknown is featured in. So I'm very excited for that. So I want to keep going in that direction. But yeah, I want to get to the point where we have a headlining show where we can bring all our stuff and just really create the experience for people to be teleported to our world.
Ah, I love that. That's sick though. Like in Jan, like that's gonna be cool. Are you going to the premiere and everything, or is there gonna
Yeah,
be a
of
premiere?
course.
Cool. Do you got your fit already picked out, or are you still planning that out?
I'm with that at the very last minute,
Okay.
whatever, like the day before.
Day before.
No, maybe not, but I'm good with that. Like, look at the video. I pick out cool outfits. Don't worry, it'll be
That's
fine.
true. You do. You have a cool aesthetic. You got style. You got style. Cool. Okay. So if you could talk to yourself from a year from now, what would you like to tell yourself?
Um, enjoy the moments. Yeah,
Hmm.
enjoy the journey because time goes by so fast,
Yeah.
and I think as you get older, you kind of realize that time goes by very fast. So even though, something is not very pleasant to deal with, it's still all part of it. So just, yeah, enjoy every moment. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Describe yourself with one word. What would it be?
Uh, hmm, epic. I don't know.
Why epic?
Epic. I don't know. Well, okay, I don't know the word, but I just, ever since I was little, I always wanted to kind of get out of this reality. I don't know the word for it, but I'm always searching to, I mean, if you listen to the lyrics, I kind of create the worlds of otherworldly, you
Mhm.
know. So I want to kind of travel through all realities and build worlds, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some people call it something else. So help
What
me out.
what do you hear from people saying? What is that then?
Hmm. I don't know. I guess otherworldly. I don't know. Driven. I don't know. It's so hard. I hate talking about myself, honestly.
No, that's good. This is all about you and the band. Like this is what this is for, right? Like
When I'm in the band, it's like I'm almost like a character. It's not even me.
mhm.
I'm something else on stage, in the songs. I channel whatever is inside, maybe, or whatever comes from whatever
Yeah.
outside. Maybe we are the vessels, and our consciousness exists something else, and we're like satellites. I don't know.
I've never looked at it that way, but that's a cool thought and idea of that. Also kind of scary too, because it's just like, yeah, you're a vessel.
Yeah.
This could go in a weird direction and be like, yo, you're going in this direction now instead of this. It could be scary. I don't know.
Anything could be scary.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Okay. Tell me, what do you have planned for the rest of 2025? And tell the people what you got going on.
Well, we have the tour
Hmm.
that's starting November 4th. So, ending the year with the tour. And I don't know, maybe another music video. We'll see. But definitely, working on more, always something new, um, promoting the film. So, oh, I'm releasing an audiobook version of the graphic novel. So that should be fun because it's kind of like a multi-dimensional experience because there's going to be an audio book version, with an actual book, and then I'm going to create a bunch of video clips to kind of guide people through the story. And then next year I'm going to release the second chapter. So,
That's
see.
cool. So you got plans. You're busy.
Oh yeah, always.
Okay. Well, so put this out in the world and everything. 2026. What are places you would like to travel and tour wise then?
Well, we've been wanting to get to South America Mexico and South America for quite some time now. So I hopefully that will happen in 2026. And then we have plenty of European plans. So those will be announcing soon. I'd love to get back to Japan. I mean, there's so many places in the world I want to go to. I want to get back to Canada. We've never been to the Vancouver side. We're always on the Toronto, Montreal.
Mhm.
So hopefully, get to the other side. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
Would be cool to see you guys in like Winnipeg, the Midwest area. Listen, it's not dandy. It's not like wowzers. I'll tell you this. It's prairies. It's like the Midwest. It's like Minnesota wise. Pretty. It's
Mhm.
cool. It's great crowds, but I'll say
Yeah,
it's not
Canada
wild
is
there.
crowds. We love playing in Canada. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we're very similar to Montreal for crowds. That's what I've heard from a lot of bands. So do what you will with that. But thank you so much for coming out. Is there anything else that you want to say before this is done, or no?
I don't think we covered good ground. I just want to thank you for having me and thank you for supporting the music. People like you keep everything alive, with the music scene. So we're very appreciative and very grateful, and hopefully we see you in person very soon.
Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know if you ever will come here, but hey, that's
I
that's up to
hope
the managers, booking people, and all that,
so.
right? So,
Mhm.
thank you so much, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.